Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Kenshi, the tale of Gregor the Wanderer. Where we last left off, Gregor had just finished building his cooking stove. And as you can see, we have a new companion here. Her name is Ruka. She's a hornless shek. Over the course of a single day, as you can see, it's day 22. I had decided, or Gregor has decided, he went over to the Shek Kingdom. He went back to the bar and recruited Ruka, who was like a hornless Sheki, who wanted to regain her lost honor. She didn't want to be a slave anymore, so Gregor took her under her wing. Took her under his wing, and brought her over to his hut so that she can help him uncover the mysteries of the world in return for freeing her from her indentured servitude. However, before Gregor and Ruka, before Gregor can realize his dreams, he needs laborers. Funnily enough, he needs laborers, and Ruka would be a perfect candidate to help in the production of his little mining company. As you can see, he has 15 raw iron. We used to have a ton more, but we had to sell it all recently due to due to needing to get some food supplies. As you can see here. As it stands right now, we can't really make anything since we need like rice wheat and water. We need green fruit and stuff like that. We can make dried meat, but it's not much. You have to go kill like animals or purchase raw meat from like vendors, and it's kind of hard to do, to be honest. I don't know what's wrong, but like here, let me show you guys. If we go over to this bar. There is, oh my god, he's so fast. Ricker is zooming. If we go trade, as you can see, there is no raw meat. They don't let us buy raw meat, or even like rice wheat or anything for that matter. So we don't have a consistent way. Oh, there's water. We don't have like a consistent way to produce food. So we're kind of just stuck purchasing food from the bar still, even with the stove. So we gotta figure out how to start producing, rice wheat, green fruit, and all that stuff. But yeah, we have Harvog. He's off to go mining the iron node as normal. He's 24 laboring. He spent all of yesterday mining. He's still kind of a novice, so he's working his hardest though. Ruka and Gregor are also going to be starting up a little mining thing. Oh, I lost my train of thought. We're going to go ahead and begin mining operations. So to start things off, we're gonna have Gregor and Ruka operate or haul. Oh my gosh, how do I do this? No, control. Is it Alt? Hold Shift. Okay, hold Shift and then right click. All right, we're gonna have Ruka and Gregor have the job to haul iron ore to the storage, but then you can see this iron node over here. We're gonna have them maybe work that iron node. I think there's a closer iron node somewhere. There's an iron node right there. I feel like there's a closer one. It's copper. Yeah, we're gonna have them work this iron node. So we're going to just kind of organize this a little bit. Okay. Yep, perfect. They're going to go ahead and start doing that. In the meantime, I got to give everyone some just standard things to do. So we want to give Ruka the medic role. Oh. Harvog should also probably have the medic role. Put medic at the very top because that is an absolute priority for everyone. Actually, not for Harvog. Harvog should just become like the dedicated miner. He's going to be doing this for a long time. And he's kind of weak, so if he fights, he'll just harm himself. Look at the difference in skill here. For every one hit Ruka does, Gregor does 3 hits on the node, just to show how much he's improved over the days. So while Ruka and Harvog are like Gregor from day one, Gregor's so used to this, he's just like pumping the iron sources out. What is Ruka doing? Oh. Well, she's already doing that. It's too late. This would be a good way to up their stats too, their athletics and stuff. Even though it's a little less efficient for her. It's okay. Actually, we don't want her to haul to the storage anymore. We just want her to continue working. She needs to just build up her laboring for now. That way we can still buff Gregor, because Gregor still needs the stats. He has 71 laboring. Holy crap. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this. We're going to kind of just leave this running until we have maxed out our iron reserves, which was at 15, so it's going to take a minute. We will be right back. All right, welcome back. Interestingly enough, nothing very interesting happened over the course of, I think, the 2 days since we were last here. We now have 100 iron, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and remove hauling to storage task from Gregor. This way we can actually sell our goods. Going to just max out our inventory here. If I did this, I can arrange this so I can do more. Yeah, alright. I think this might be the most I can fit. So we can do some finagling. Nope. Okay. That is all we can fit. As you can see, we are overloaded. Gregor is now going to go operate the machine again. Actually, look how fast he's moving. He's moving at 23 miles per hour. Even though he's overloaded. What? Whoa, what? Where did... What the hell did you do? You sly bastard. Took all the ore out. Okay. Alright. That is much more reasonable. Him being overloaded. And look at that. He wants to dump the resources into the chest. We don't want him to, because we want him to sell the iron that he has. Honestly, I might make him travel back over to Squin, but it's kind of dangerous. I could also have him travel to Ishijuku. Let's have him go to Ishijuku. I'm going to remove that. Okay. And And so, after about a day's work, Gregor sets off to back over to the Adventuring Guild. There are a lot of corpses here. Wow. The Adventuring Guild will have the resources needed for him to begin to start getting resources that he needs to go travel the world, travel the continent. In this time that he's gone, he has entrusted Harvog and Ruka in continuing the operations back at home. They actually recently had run out of food, and with the money that Gregor was probably going to make at Ishijuku, Ruka and Harvog are advised to purchase food after the sales have been made. But Gregor has to get there first, and that could take about half a day's. It'll take about half a day's travel, since the place is pretty close by, but there's a lot of iron to travel with, which hinders his movement. But it's good too at the same time, because it'll boost his strength stat by 25%. His athletics XP will actually be diminished by 92%. Look at his strength. No, it's too late now. I kind of wanted to see how fast it was growing. Alright, he's made it. First things first, he's going to go ahead and travel over to the bar. There's a bunch of adventurers guilds here. Adventuring guild members, I should say. He's not going to let that scare him very much. How big these guys are. They're huge. Very masculine. And they wear very fine armor. Show me your goods, Gregor says to the stranger. He notices the bag of holding that the stranger has. That is a purchase he would like to make one day. A bag of holding is incredibly powerful. The Adventurers Guild also holds maps to the places like the World's End, and a map of all the United Cities, and a map of the swamps and such. Useful things that he could definitely use to continue exploring the world. But before that, we're going to go ahead and sell everything. We have made $5,000. We need $10,000 to get these bag of holding, to get a bag of holding, which would mean another day's worth of trekking, another day's worth of mining and such, which may not be the worst of ideas, actually. We could also get another backpack and start collecting more resources this way. It's a wooden backpack, which means that it can stack things very well. It's basically a weaker version of the bag of holding for a fraction of the price. It's very useful. Here's something. It was nothing. Okay. All right. So, after the transaction is made, Gregor is going to go ahead and look to see if there's anything that he could use and bring back home with him. Perhaps food. Food would be a good idea. But we also need... Well, we can get food back at the other bar. I think what Gregor will get here is perhaps... I want to buy these maps. We're going to buy maps, a map of the United Cities and extended territories specifically. Map of the swamps and a map to World's End, which is supposedly the Mechanist's University. And with that, Gregor has spent about $2,000. Go ahead and reveal to ourselves these new locations. So we now know the location of a place called Shobatai. Super far off in the Great Desert, Shobatai exists. Far in the south, we have the city of Morn and the city of Katun, which are both located in the Bone Fields. And there's a market in the South Wetlands. There's Cloud Steady, the Hook, along with Drifter's Last. Oh, and looks to be a slave farm. Yikes. Okay. With that, we're going to go ahead and now reveal to us a map of the swamps. As we can see, we now know where the only city in the swamp is, Shark, located right here, pretty much in the center of the swamp, along with several swamp villages that exist along the borders, or along these written paths. Okay, now last but not least, we're going to go ahead and reveal the location to World's End. We're now going to reveal the location of World's End, which is right here in the arm of Okran. Way up, I think in the Holy Nation. We'll have to travel through the Wend. Or through Okran's Valley. Alright. We now know where the Mechanist capital is. We know, if we ever decide to go to the swamp, we know our way around in the swamplands. With that, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and check out the barracks. See what's going on there. If anything. We might not even be allowed in the barracks, to be honest. Oh, look at that. Is this private? Doesn't look private. We actually might be able to train here. If you look right here, they have training dummies. Let's see if I can use it. Will I get in trouble? No, it doesn't look like we'll get in trouble. It's crazy. No, he doesn't care. Hey, look at that. We could use this place to train. I didn't even know. I did not know that, actually. I'm going to have to get the others to come here. And also do some training exercises to increase their stats. Max attack, max up to 15. Okay. We're going to have Gregor do this. We'll be back with him in a second. Go over to Harvog. He's still mining. He's doing pretty okay on hunger. And then we also have Ruka doing the same thing. Okay. We'll leave them to it, I guess. We will be right back after Gregor finishes his training. He's at 6 attack. We'll be right back when he has 15. Or if something interesting happens. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Something really bad happened during the time we last left off. So while I was gone, Gregor was off training, and Ruka and Harvog were left to continue mining and filling up the storage unit with iron. Well, Ruka was beaten almost to death while Gregor was absent. We don't know by who, but she's suffering from severe head injuries right now. She's barely alive, with her head in negative 78 condition, which, if you didn't know, if it reaches negative 100, she dies. So she was on the cusp of death. Thankfully, Harvog over here came to her rescue, took her medkit that she still had on her while she was unconscious and bleeding out, and quickly bandaged her head up as quickly as he could, and thankfully saved her life. Now Harvog, if you check his inventory, has 3 medkits. He purchased them at the bar while Gregor was away. In order to, he didn't know how much he needed to save Ruka, because the one bandage that she had on her was not enough to recover all of her wounds. So he went ahead and purchased a couple more bandages, and no one can fault Harvog for what he did. But anyways, he's heading back over to collect iron and bring it back over to continue storing it for the group. Gregor needs to take the iron that is in the storage unit and bring it back over to Ishijuku to sell it and continue raising money for the bag of holding that will effectively serve as another massive storage unit right here, like the one right here. So that is what Gregor is going to do. But also, this is kind of a wake-up call for him. He was already planning on sending Ruka and Harvog over to Ishijuku to begin their own training for self-defense. Now he knows he absolutely needs to get them over there as soon as he can. As soon as Ruka is done recovering, he's going to send both Ruka and Harvog over to Ishijuku together to go continue training while he continues running the iron operation over here at the hub. So without further ado, he's going to go ahead and begin his long trek back to Ishijuku right there. He's going to continue walking and pondering what must be done. There's Harvog. Harvog quickly says hi while he continues his business in silence. Ruka is completely unconscious and probably will be unconscious for the next couple days. That head injury that she suffered, pretty severe. So, the trail. He continues walking along the trail that he had taken previously, up the uneven slopes past the tree, up onto the mountaintop, passing an iron node that only has enough space for one person to work at a time. Out in the wastes, you can see off on this hilltop what looks to be a dilapidated castle of some sort. Perhaps there's something there that he could grab. Something of use. Maybe that's ancient ruins of an old kingdom that used to persist in these parts. Before this whole area became wastes. Who knows? Ruka's unconscious. The only one that can currently keep things going over at home base is Harvog. And Gregor continues walking along the mountain path to Ishijuku. His run speed is so heavily nerfed, it's crazy. And when he's encumbered. Alright, he's going to go ahead and do what he normally does. Talk to the bartender once again. Krekmine, or however you pronounce his name. He's going to sell his resources in bulk. Once again, just like last time. This time, he almost has enough for a bag of holding. He is super close. He actually I personally is contemplating selling tools just to get a little bit closer. But it's for the best that we don't get it right away. Looks like we still have food. Let me check over here. Yeah, we still have food. So we don't need to buy food or anything. We'll be good for now. Gregor is going to sprint back to the hub. And give Harvog and the currently unconscious Ruka the news they are going to be traveling to Ishijuku, the Adventuring Guild, to start practicing some self-defense. Yeah, you're so fast. Holy crap. Okay. He heads back inside of his little hut that he has, his little shack. Sees Ruka is gone, actually. Ruka, as soon as she wakes up, she immediately went off and started mining once again. Gotta commend her spirit. Holy shit. Okay. As you can see, we have some stored iron here. So he'd go ahead and walk on over to where he knows Ruka is. I don't know where Ruka is, though. What the hell? There it is. Where Ruka should be. She's not. Where is Ruka? Oh, she's on her way back. Gregor is going to get Harvog to come on over. And Ruka as well. He's already coming over. She's suffering a severe head injury. That's not stopping her from continuing her work efforts. Speed this up just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to get rid of her two missions. Ruka, you goddamn silly Billy. Okay. Ruka's here. Just waiting for Harvog, who's should be heading over. And Ruka literally just falls asleep in front of Gregor. She's exhausted. Alright. He's already stored his, or he doesn't store his iron yet, which is okay. The objective is simple. Gregor tells Harvog and Ruka, who is sleeping currently. You two will be going over to Ishijuku to continue training in self-defense. I will continue running the operations here back at home. I have plenty of money with me. You two must train so that what happened today or what happened the other day will not happen again. Are we clear? Harvog and Ruka silently nod their heads. Ruka, get out of bed. I know you were injured, Ruka, but I think it is best if you two just headed up today to Ishijuku. Can train and return to me. And you both are significantly stronger. Ruka, stop! Again, Harvog, nod their heads. Ruka, you goddamn son of a bitch. Without any further ado, Harvog is going to bodyguard Ruka, while Ruka begins the journey to Ishijuku. Meanwhile, Gregor will go ahead and continue mining operations. We're going to haul that. And then we're going to mine. Where did I put the node? Where did I put the node? Where is the node? I thought it was like over here. Gregor is going to move over here. There it is. Bam. to move this up like that. Move it down. Okay, there we go. Gregor should be immediately heading on over to mine at the iron node that he used to work at before he gave Harvog the go to take control of it. Yep. Harvog and Ruka sprint over to Ishijuku, where they both will begin their little training regimen, or their little training arc. We're going to go to the bar and get them food, though, real fast. Welcome in, customer. What can I do you for? Craig Mine says. Just some food. All right. Without further ado, they go to the barracks. Super helpful. This barracks over here. Have him train on that. Have you train on this as well? Awesome. And they should have plenty of food, both of them, to just continue exercising without, or training without having to head on into the bar. While Gregor is over here laboring himself away, continuing trying to preserve money to eventually buy the freaking bag of holding, which will allow him essentially to go anywhere he wants without, or to prepare to go anywhere he wants, without the trip being too extraneous on resources, too taxing. And with that, that is where I'm going to end today's episode. When we return, we will have finished up maxing out our storage once again back at the hub. Harvog and Ruka should be also at 15 attack roughly. Thank you all for watching. And I apologize for my very much so delayed upload. Thank you for those of you who have decided to tune in once again. Stick around with me and Gregor as we embark on this epic journey through the continent of Kenshi, which is a huge map that we've barely even truly explored. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.